Okay, these are some of my more recent and favorite Native American clay artifacts, mostly being pottery from the woodland period. I got hundreds of pieces of this stuff. I mean, this is all the stuff that doesn't really have any impressions. The earlier stuff wouldn't have many impressions on the outside or decorations, if you will. So we got a group over here of cord impressed pottery. And what I mean by cord impressed is you can see right there, they would take, fibers from grass or, small twigs and weave it into, braids. So that way, they can make cordage for, basically use it as rope or wire and impress it on the outside of this pottery. So you can see all these designs in there and all these pieces. This one down here is a rim sherd that was smoothed over by their finger on the very top. You can see multiple designs in there. This was the top of the bowl that was smoothed over by their finger or something else. You never know, but also a rim sherd as well. Okay, so these two pieces are a bit of thicker pottery that I have with some impressions. This one has a real nice concave to it, real thick. So I believe this was, the how do you want to call it? At the very top of a vase, how it gets real thick and smaller. Probably like the bottleneck of a bowl or something. Maybe a little container, and you can see the timber that they would use, which is small little quartz pebbles and sand, all that mixed media stuff to help the curing process when they fired it, to still keep it to keep it waterproof so it didn't just fall apart. This one is one of my favorites. It's obviously the outer top edge of a lip to a bowl. It's got multiple little patterns, cross hatching on that. I don't know if you can see it that well, but when it's wet, when you first find it, it gives you a lot more detail. This one, I believe, was rolled either some corn, maybe corn rolled over top of that, just because all those circular little indentions right there. Got a bunch of net impressed pottery right here. They would use their fish nets to press on the outside and give it a nice little cross hatching pattern. This one's got random little markings or drawings on it that I really like. You can see all that random little stuff in there. And these lines are real deep, especially when it's wet. You can tell a lot better. Nice thicker piece right here too. This you can tell is the bottom of a bowl. It's super flat and real thick at the bottom, and it looks like there's circular marks going all around like that. And these are little examples of the charcoal inside, where there's still some color on the inside of the bowl or the pottery piece. You can see all these marks where they're spinning it on the inside with their hands, using their paddles to kind of round it out, and it leaves abrasions on the inside. This is the outer edge, or the outside of the bowl. You can see those real fine marks where they're rubbing across it. Nice and dark charcoal on this one too. Just examples of different types of media or temper. You can see all those pieces of sand and quartz and nice pebbles in there. Pretty cool stuff. And again, that's what they would use to help give it some air gaps within that clay, so the heat would transfer all the way through, so that way it would harden these bowls and pieces of pottery, so that way they could store their food or water or whatever they would inside of them. And this one is one I found today. And doing my research, All of this stuff is mockley ware, found along the Chesapeake Bay, and there's different types of it. Most of the stuff that I find is impressed with, you know, nets and cords and stuff like that. And the timber is usually sand, quartz, pebbles. You know, I've said it all a bunch in this video, but this one's really special to me because it's got a nice dark clay charcoal layer. You can see how fine the inside of it is, where they would smooth it out on the inside with their hands or a paddle or grass or whatever. But the special thing about this one is you can see on this layer, this was the top of the bowl, it's nice and flat, but all of that is wood, chopped up real fine wood, and it's been an entire day since I found it and it still hasn't dried. And I mean, how it's lasted all these years in the water is really amazing. But there's all types of chopped up real fine wood in there, barely any rocks or any stone, but it's all wood chips and shavings. I've never seen anything like it, never found one like this, and it's consistent with the mockley ware that's found on the Chesapeake Bay. I dragged my foot across this and I picked it up before I could even turn the camera on because I got a little excited. It's the biggest piece I found. Look at that nice old chunk of pottery right there. I mean, that's one of the biggest pieces I've ever found. And you can see all the, oh, what? Still got, whoa. You can see where they're swiping it across with their fingers right there. And it's got like sticks in it. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. That's awesome, dude. No way. Cool. Good stuff right there. Happy with that already. Get back with you if I find something else. This is weird. All right, I'm gonna keep on looking. And this one I believe to be not a colonial pipe stem, but a Native American pipe stem, just because of the of the shape, the width, and the color. Usually the pipe stems that you find in the bay are really, really thin and bright white. When the colonists, you know, came over and you know, started interfering with Native Americans, but this one I assume is a lot older, just from what I've seen online. So these are all my clay artifacts, pottery, pipes, and stuff like that, the more recent finds, and hope you enjoyed the video.